Some athletes show up smiling, dancing, joking around, hyping the crowd, but then there are the others, the sprinters who walk onto the track looking like they're going to a board meeting instead of a race. No nonsense, no extra words, no unnecessary smiles. Today, we're counting down the top 8 track and field sprinters who are rarely seen smiling and always business-minded, especially when they step on the starting line. And yes, they do smile sometimes, but a lot of the time it's just for the fans or the cameras. Let's jump into it. At number 8, we start with Letsile Tebogo, the Botswana star who has already taken over the 100-meter and 200-meter conversation at a young age. Tebogo is known for his quiet confidence. He doesn't talk much, he doesn't celebrate too wild, and he rarely smiles before a race. If you watch him in the call room, his face barely changes. Some sprinters pace around, some hype themselves up. Tebogo just sits there, calm, unreadable, locked in. Before the gun goes off, Tebogo typically demonstrates intense focus and seriousness. He often appears deeply concentrated, going through his warm-ups and mental preparation with little room for the playful behavior seen afterward. During the race, his expression is one of maximum effort and strain, common for all elite sprinters. The determination to win takes over, leaving no time for smiles. Even after massive wins, he might smile a little, but it's controlled, subtle, and sometimes you can tell he's doing it because fans expect it.
At number 7, it's Oblique Seville, one of Jamaica's most dangerous sprinters right now. Seville is one of those athletes who stays extremely disciplined about his energy. You won't catch him goofing around or getting distracted before the gun. His face is always focused, serious, and ready for battle. Even when the stadium is loud, Seville stays in his own world. Eyes forward, shoulders relaxed, no big smiles, unless it's after a race and he knows he gave fans something to cheer about. Oblique Seville has described himself as an introvert, suggesting he does not always engage in the kind of flamboyant behavior seen in some other athletes. He stated, "I stick to my personality and that's what made me the person that I am," in the context of not wanting to replicate the bold or flamboyant persona of a rival. On race day, Seville's expression screams one thing: "I'm not here to talk, I'm here to run."
Holding the number 6 spot, the legend himself, Johan the Beast Blake. If you watched Blake during his prime, you know smiling on the track wasn't his thing. He carried one of the most intimidating pre-race expressions in the history of sprinting. The man looked like he was ready to eat the track alive. His rigorous approach to his career demonstrates a serious focus beyond just playing around. Blake himself has stated, "I work twice as hard as everybody else, and when you guys are sleeping at night, I am out there working." Blake's business-first attitude helped push him to become a world champion, a multiple-time Olympic medalist, one of the fastest men in history. Even today, with all his experience, Blake still steps on the track with the same locked-in mindset. His face stays serious because the mission stays serious. Run fast and win. That's number 6, Johan Blake.
Sliding into number 5, it's Kenny Bednarek, the man known as Kung Fu Kenny. Despite his flashy nickname, Bednarek is actually very quiet and reserved on race day. He barely smiles, he barely talks. He's locked in and analyzing every detail, from the wind to the competition to his drive phase. Bednarek has said before that he treats racing like a job, and you can tell. His focus is so strong that sometimes he looks like he's rehearsing the entire race in his mind. Compared to fellow sprinter Noah Lyles, who cut a fashion-forward, headline-grabbing figure both on and off the track, Bednarek is noted as being quieter in nature and has leaned into that. He is often characterized as a quieter athlete who doesn't rely on flashy displays or signature celebrations. His demeanor on the track is often described as calm or that of an unassuming sprinter, earning him the preferred nickname Silent Assassin in the past. After the race, he might break into a tiny smile, especially if you ran a big time. But before, forget about it. He's all business.
At number 4, we have Sha'Carri Richardson, who's often expressive off the track, but when she steps onto that starting line, the whole vibe changes. Sha'Carri's race day face is pure intensity. No laughing, no giggling, no playful energy. Her focus is razor sharp, and it's one of the reasons she became one of the fastest women alive. Fans love her personality, but that version of Sha'Carri disappears when the starter says, "On your marks." In that moment, she looks like an athlete with one mission: run her race and dominate. Sha'Carri Richardson is known for her fierce confidence and bold personality both on and off the track. But this doesn't always translate to smiling or playing around, especially during competition. Richardson has acknowledged that her self-belief is sometimes mistaken for arrogance or cockiness. She explains that this confidence is necessary, especially in moments when she is alone and needs to pour into herself, as she is also her biggest critic. It has been suggested that when she's on the track, her primary goal is to perform and prove herself. Once the job is done, she'll flash a smile. But even then, it's often quick. Business first, celebration later.
Moving into the top 3, we land on Kashane Thompson, the quiet assassin of Jamaican sprinting. Kashane is one of the calmest sprinters you'll ever see. He barely shows emotion, before or after a race. Some fans joke that he runs like he just woke up from a nap, but that's exactly what makes him so dangerous. He's composed, he's collected. He doesn't waste energy smiling, talking, or reacting. His face rarely moves, even after huge performances. That mysterious vibe has become part of his brand, and people love it. Kashane Thompson is known for his reserved and chilled demeanor, and he has a tendency to maintain a low profile off the track. He has been described as a self-proclaimed introvert, not being an overly outspoken person or one who actively seeks to be seen. He is said to prefer keeping his profile low, having done very few interviews. In contrast to the spotlight-craving persona sometimes seen in elite sports, Thompson is noted for his quiet approach and humility.
At number 2, we have the Queen of Calm, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone. There might not be another athlete in track and field as emotionally controlled as Sydney. Her race day expression is almost peaceful. Not tense, not angry, just laser focused. She doesn't smile much before the gun because she's in deep concentration mode. You can literally see her visualizing her perfect race. And that's part of why she's a world record breaker and a global superstar. Even when she wins, she doesn't celebrate wildly. Instead, she gives a soft smile, quiet, gentle, almost like she expected the result before it happened. Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone has an image, particularly in certain media appearances and competitions, of being very focused and serious, which sometimes leads to the perception that she doesn't always smile or play around. There are indications that she has a different persona when she is outside of her competitive environment. While some people comment that she doesn't have a personality, others have seen her as insanely talented, charismatic, and funny, and suggested she's simply reserved at work. A form of code switching. And finally, number 1, the most serious face in women's sprinting, Shericka Jackson. Shericka is as business-minded as it gets. When she steps on the track, she looks like she's entering a courtroom, not a stadium. Her focus is absolute. Her expression never changes. She rarely smiles before a race, almost never. Even after huge wins, she sometimes gives a tiny smile, but most times she keeps that same composed professional look. Shericka runs with purpose, discipline, and intensity, and that face of hers tells the whole story. She has spoken candidly about her reserved demeanor, attributing it to her personal background and experiences. She has mentioned putting up a lifelong emotional barrier or wall since childhood. She described her upbringing as a tumultuous childhood, that involved frequent relocations due to family issues, which meant she did not have the childhood she would have hoped to enjoy. This lack of stability and love growing up led her to state, "I don't know how to show love." Jackson believes these experiences made her feel older than a child and contributed to her very aggressive temperament, both on and off the track. She noted that if you don't know her personally, you might not want to approach her. She did state, however, that she is now in a better space, where she is not so aggressive and feels she is a better grown-up now. This assertive demeanor and emotional barrier are viewed as being connected to her challenging early years and her later success in sprinting. That completes number 1, Shericka Jackson. So those were the top 8 track and field sprinters who rarely smile and always stay business-minded on race day. They sometimes give fans a smile, but most of the time, it's all about staying focused, staying locked in, and getting the job done. Now tell me in the comments, which athlete looks the most serious on race day? And who do you think should have made the list? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video for more track and field breakdowns. See you in the next video.